Hello folks, welcome to Chechito. Remember to like and subscribe, thanks. Deep in the vast, vibrant blue sea lived a little fish named Finn. He was a bright orange fish with a heart full of dreams. Finn's eyes sparkled with curiosity and wonder, always looking for something beyond the ordinary. Finn had a big dream, a dream that was as vast as the ocean itself. He wanted to live out of the water. This dream was a burning desire that filled his every waking moment. "I want to see the land," Finn often said to himself, his voice filled with determination and hope. He would look up at the surface of the water, imagining what lay beyond. Finn loved to imagine the land. In his mind he pictured green grass and colorful flowers. He couldn't wait to see it for himself. The thought of experiencing the land firsthand filled him with excitement. But even as he played, his mind was always drifting to thoughts of the land. Finn knew his dream was different, perhaps even impossible, but he didn't care. His heart was set on it. One sunny morning, Finn the fish decided to share his biggest dream with his friends. He had been thinking about it for a long time and finally gathered the courage to speak up. He swam up to Shelley, the shrimp, who was busy collecting tiny sea plants for her garden. "Shelley," he said with excitement, "I have a dream. I want to live out of water." Shelley giggled, her tiny antennae twitching with amusement. "Out of water," she said, her voice filled with disbelief. "But fish can't do that. It's impossible." Finn shook his head firmly. "I know it sounds crazy," he said, "but I want to try. I believe there's a way." Determined, Finn swam over to a group of fish who were playing tag near a coral reef. He took a deep breath and decided to share his dream with them too. "Hey everyone," Finn called out, gathering their attention. "I have something important to tell you. I want to live out of water." The fish stopped playing and turned to look at Finn, their eyes wide with surprise. They couldn't believe what they were hearing. "That's impossible," one fish exclaimed, shaking its head. "Fish are meant to live in water, not on land. You'll dry up and won't be able to breathe," another fish added, their voice filled with concern. "It's too dangerous, Finn." Finn felt a pang of sadness. His friends didn't understand his dream. They thought he was being silly and unrealistic. But deep down, Finn wasn't ready to give up. He knew what he wanted, and he was determined to find a way to make it happen, no matter how difficult it seemed. With a resolute expression, Finn swam away from his friends, his mind racing with ideas. He was going to find a way to live out of water, and nothing was going to stop him. The next morning, Finn was determined. He would experience life outside the water. He swam to the surface. It looked so close. Finn took a deep breath. He jumped with all his might. For a moment, Finn was flying. He felt the warm sun on his scales. He saw the bright blue sky. It was amazing. But then Finn started to fall. He splashed back into the water. "Whoa!" Finn said. "That was fun." But it was over too quickly. Finn knew he couldn't stay out of the water for long, but he had to find a way. He had to experience the world beyond the waves. Finn swam towards a coral reef. He was feeling discouraged. "There has to be a way," he mumbled. Suddenly he saw a wise old turtle. The turtle's name was Tuttle. "Tuttle!" Finn called out. "Can you help me?" Tuttle swam closer to Finn. "What's the matter, little fish?" he asked. Finn told Tuttle about his dream. He explained how he wanted to live out of the water. Tuttle listened patiently. When Finn was finished, Tuttle smiled. "Living out of water is hard for a fish," he said, "but not impossible." Finn's eyes widened. "Really?" he asked. "How?" Section 5, the shell of a solution. In the vast, colorful ocean, where every creature had a unique way of surviving, Finn the fish faced a peculiar problem. Tuttle, the wise old turtle, tapped his chin with his flipper thoughtfully. "You need to find a way to stay wet," he said, his voice filled with concern. "Think, little fish, think." Finn closed his eyes and thought deeply. He thought about all the things he had seen in the ocean, from the swaying seaweed to the bustling coral reefs and the shimmering schools of fish darting around. Suddenly Finn had an idea. It was like a light bulb went off in his head. He saw a small, empty seashell resting on the ocean floor. "That's it!" Finn exclaimed with excitement. He quickly swam down and picked up the seashell in his mouth, feeling a surge of hope. With determination, he swam to the surface. The seashell clutched tightly in his mouth. He filled it with water, making sure it was just the right amount. Carefully, he placed the seashell on his head, feeling the cool water trickle down his scales. Finn's heart pounded with excitement and a bit of nervousness. Would his plan work? Slowly, he He poked his head out of the water, the seashell balancing perfectly on his head. To his delight, the seashell kept his head wet. The water inside the shell was just enough to keep him comfortable. "I did it!" Finn shouted joyfully, his voice echoing through the water. He could breathe easily. As he looked around, he could see the land in the distance, a new world waiting to be explored. Finn felt a sense of accomplishment and adventure. The ocean had provided him with a simple yet ingenious solution, and now he was ready for whatever came next. Section 6. Exploring the shore. Finn was so excited. He could finally experience the world beyond the water. He swam closer to the shore. He saw white sand and green plants. He saw colorful birds flying in the sky. Finn saw children playing on the beach. They were building sandcastles. He saw a little girl collecting seashells. Finn had never seen anything like it. He wished he could play with them. Finn spent the whole day exploring the shore. He saw so many new and exciting things. He even made friends with a crab. The crab told Finn all about life on land. Section 7. Sharing stories. As the sun began to set, Finn knew it was time to go home. He had to tell his friends all about his adventures. He swam back to the coral reef. All his friends were there. "Finn," Shelley cried, "where have you been?" Finn smiled. "I've been exploring the land," he said. He told them about the white sand and the green plants. He described the colorful birds and the children playing. Finn's friends were amazed by his stories. They had never believed he could actually live out of water. "That's incredible, Finn," one fish said. "You're so brave," another fish added. Section 8. A hero's welcome. Finn felt proud. He had finally achieved his dream, and he had shown his friends that anything is possible if you set your mind to it. From that day on, Finn became a hero among the fish. They were so impressed by his courage and determination. They all wanted to be just like Finn. They started to believe in their own dreams too. Finn loved sharing his stories about the land, but he also loved coming back to the ocean. He missed his friends and his underwater home. Section 9. Spreading inspiration. Finn's stories spread throughout the ocean. Fish from other reefs came to hear his adventures. They were inspired by his story. They realized that even though they were fish, they didn't have to be limited by the water. Some fish dreamed of exploring the deep sea, others dreamed of traveling to faraway oceans. Finn's story had given them hope. They could achieve their dreams too. Finn continued to visit the land every day. He loved experiencing both worlds. He was a fish who could live in the water and out of it. Section 10. The best of both worlds. Finn loved his life. He spent his days swimming in the ocean and his afternoons exploring the land. He made new friends, both above and below the water. Finn learned that it was important to follow your dreams. He also learned that it was important to stay true to yourself. Even though Finn loved visiting the land, he knew he would always be a fish at heart. Finn was grateful for his unique ability. He could experience the best of both worlds. He could swim with his fish friends in the coral reef, and he could explore the wonders of the land. Section 11. A dream come true. Finn's story is a reminder that anything is possible if you dare to dream. Don't let anyone tell you that your dreams are too big or too different. If a fish can find a way to live out of water, then you can achieve anything you set your mind to. So go out there and chase your dreams. Be brave, be creative, and never give up. You never know what amazing things you might accomplish, just like Finn, the fish who dared to dream of a life beyond the waves.